Hey everybody, Richard Maxwell here, Arcadia High School's Creative Musical Arts and Sciences program. It's been a little while since we've had a podcast. We're reconfiguring some things. Some students have had some ideas about improving and increasing our production value, as it were, and kind of looking at the scale and scope of what we do with the podcast. So we are piecing that together. This also relates to some things we're doing with our recording studios as well. So there's a lot of changes coming over the next weeks and months that you'll start to see in our shows and our weekly EPs that we release and in the podcast episodes. Today's episode, we're very excited. We did this a couple of weeks ago, but we are very lucky. We have a lot of administrative support, both at the site level here at Arcadia, but also on the district level. And our superintendent, Dr. Menzel, came in and did what I'm hoping will now be an annual thing, because we did last year, and now this is this year's episode with him. But he came in and he had a great conversation with Trieu and some of our other students that were helping to run this particular segment. So anyway, sit back and enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Lots and lots of events and shows coming up, including Songwriter Night on December 5th, Thursday. It's a free show open to the public. We're getting ready to go to Nashville in February. We've got all kinds of wonderful things coming up and going on. Lots of shows, lots of album releases and stuff. The program is very busy, very active, and lots of great stuff happening. So again, sit back, enjoy. Thanks for supporting the students in the program, and here you go.
Podcast episode. I'm your host, Trieu. It is so glad to be back. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but today I'm with a lovely guest, the superintendent of the district, Dr. Menzel. Before we start off this segment, I would like to thank our production crew. We have Laila, Quinn, and Ryan Bauer. Laila is working on audio today, and Ryan is working on cameras. So we would like to thank them because guess what? This segment cannot be happening without them. Laila, could you make sure I stay in that yellow bar for me? Thank you. We could not be doing this segment without them. So, how's your day been?
Oh, it's been a great day. A little warm for October.
I know, right? Like, we had, such good weather, and then it suddenly turned into straight back into 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah. It's like where we experienced 4 seasons all in one day.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we have a couple questions for you. Welcome back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
If you want to go check out our first podcast episode with Dr. Menzel, please go click this little pop-up that's going to pop up in the top right corner. And I don't realize what my right is, apparently, on video. Nah, that doesn't matter. So we like to do a little review really quickly.
Sure.
Could you tell us about your position here at the district?
So I've been the superintendent of Scottsdale Unified for the last, this is my 5th year. So I started July 1st of 2020.
Nice. Do you have any musical experience, anything in the performing arts?
So I enjoy music. I can play the radio. I did play an instrument growing up. I started with the trumpet, then the baritone. I plunk at the piano, but I don't read music and play proficiently. But I do have musically talented wife and daughter, so I enjoy musical theater. I enjoy a variety of musical genres, but I am not an expert at any of it.
I overheard a conversation you were having with Maxwell about your daughter makes music?
Yeah, so my youngest daughter has a Bachelor of Fine Arts, moved out to Arizona with us in 2020 when she graduated from college, but she recently got married. And she wrote the song for the father-daughter dance. We were having a conversation about what should the song be, and she was going through a list of possibilities, and she said, I don't like any of those. I'll write my own. So she wrote it, developed the music, recorded it, and that's what we danced to.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Awesome.
Tear-jerking.
So, performing arts-wise across the district, what can we see moving forward with the performing arts, like related events across the schools? Is there anything big coming up we should know about?
So there are a number of things that are coming up. On Monday, November 4th, we have the Battle of the Marching Bands.
Ooh.
So we all come together, and all of the marching bands perform. This year, Coronado has taken home a few state trophies.
Nice.
Usually Arcadia is really competitive, and I haven't checked to see where we are this year, but it's really exciting to see all of our bands perform at the same time on one evening. We also have a number of theater productions that are ongoing in a couple of weeks at Saguaro to be Bye Bye Birdie. I know you've had something here recently.
Yes, we had Get Smart last week.
Okay, how was that?
I loved it so much. Actually, our lead in the play, I think she grew up on it a little bit because her dad's really into the original
really?
TV show.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to like see all of that come together. I was head of costume, so join theater.
Yeah, absolutely. Please join. It's fantastic. Great opportunity to express your creative side, and there's something for everyone in theater.
If you want to work in the background, that's perfectly okay. You don't want to be in the spotlight, that's okay. Work on lighting, audio, that kind of thing. There's something for everybody.
On the enhancements in your auditorium with the lights and what they can do with that, I came to a dance recital last year, and it was just amazing.
We recently got a new audio system and I think a few new lighting parts.
It's really impressive.
It's so cool. But you said you said you loved theater. Is there anything like specific about theater or a favorite show maybe?
So it's hard. I love musical theater because I appreciate vocal talent, but acting is a talent in and of itself. So I've just watched my daughters in so many different things, from Footloose, Mamma Mia,
I love Mamma Mia.
Steel Magnolias. My daughter, my oldest, was in Steel Magnolias at a dinner theater back in Michigan. And so lots of different opportunities to enjoy different kinds of shows and productions. They're all fun.
That's so much fun. Actually, here at Arcadia, fun fact, we have a lot of student-produced and student-directed shows.
Okay, nice.
There was my friend Kelly Mitchell. She's one of the main songwriters around here. She directed and produced her own show. We had rehearsals at her house.
Oh,
pretty
nice.
Fun. Pretty fun to do a scene where I die and then a dog decides to like just trample me, but it's been pretty fun.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I love to come to various productions. The biggest thing that has to happen is I need to get invited.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
If I know early, I can put it on my calendar and show up and support.
Awesome. We'll totally invite. That's actually one of our topics today, so I'll lead into that. If, hypothetically speaking, totally not asked by our number one fan of the podcast, aka Maxwell, if we were to plan ahead, and we were to give you perhaps a singing part, perhaps even a guitar line, would you jump on stage and play at our songwriter night?
So the answer is, with enough advance notice, I'm absolutely open to doing that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you got to choose which instrument you played in a band for like a songwriter night, what would it be?
Oh, that's a hard one. I can tell you what it won't be. It will never be the drums. I have absolutely no rhythm.
Our first pick was for you to join Team Drums.
Unless it's a single mallet and it's a bass drum, it's not happening.
We'll give you the cowbell.
I could do the cowbell.
Yeah, we have about 5 students. Some graduate, so some come in. About 5 students, they do this whole thing where they play just drums for a few minutes, and they each have their own solo parts. It's actually pretty cool. Check out the live stream, actually, which, if I remember, will pop up right here. The camera's mirrored. I'm so sorry. I don't know where it's coming up.
The other right. The other left.
The other, who knows anymore. So you mentioned something about the trumpet. Like, were you in marching band or concert band?
I was when I was in high school, and I didn't do band the whole 4 years, but freshman year I did. And I started with the trumpet, but then they didn't have enough tuba players, so I switched to the tuba. So the big white sousaphone, which was almost as big as I was back in high school. So that was a little interesting. But it was a lot of fun.
Nice. We are slowly running out of time, sadly. So that means, if you remember correctly, I asked you about a desert island question last time I was here.
You did ask a desert island question.
Quick review for our viewers at home. Anytime I do a one-on-one interview or I do an interview with somebody, or I'll just randomly pull out the question because I like talking about it. I like hearing about people's musical interests. We have, the desert island question where you can only take one item to a desert island. Now, everyone wants to take a boat. And that is cheating, in my opinion, and I will say that every time. A boat does not count. And they're like, wide receiver, so I can call for help. That also does not work, in my opinion. That's cheating. You can agree with me, you can agree with me not. But there's a music version of that where you can only take one album. You are given all the supplies you need to live out the rest of your life happily, on a cruise ship even, next to the desert island. But you can only listen to one album for the rest of time. Now, last time you said, I believe, a Van Halen album?
I don't even remember what I said.
I think it was
you
a Van
can go
Halen.
back and replay it, and then if
Go
I got
check
it wrong,
out
I would
on whichever
I would hit that,
right
yes,
it is. A Van Halen album. Now, my next challenge to you, every single time I ask this question, I have to come up with a new album, and I'm slowly running out. So I'm going to ask you, it can't be an album by Van Halen, though. What would you take to that desert island as your second choice?
Well, because I know that you might invite me again, I can just pick anything and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the soundtrack for Hamilton.
Wonderful answer. I love that answer.
It gives you some really good. I mean, the rap hip hop in a creative way to address history.
Mixed with the Broadway vocals.
It's absolutely fantastic.
It's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
I would take. Oh, for Halloween this year, a lot of us are dressing up as some of our favorite artists.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know her, but Chapel Roan, I'm going as for her for Halloween.
Nice.
And I will bringing her album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, which is the title of that comes from a rise and fall of, and I forgot the artist. And one of my friends who really likes this artist is gonna be like, Lily, how could you forget? But it's the rise and fall of something. This had a point, but then I lost the point. And but Hamilton, favorite character, favorite song?
Oh, there's so many.
So
I mean,
many.
I'm not going to throw away my shot. You know, it's just it's normal, and I always think when I think about what we do in school, helping our students take chances and take advantage of the opportunities. I love the grit and the resilience that Alexander Hamilton showed.
It's the beginning of his energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually really like that. Fave character?
Well, I mean, it's Hamilton.
Well, it's Hamilton.
So, but the other part is I love the Jefferson portions of the interludes.
Jefferson is so funny. I think it's like such a funny. He adds like a comedic thing to this very serious act too. Mine would probably be Angelica. I always liked it. It was one of the first musicals I got into, and I was very much into the Pink Princess. So I was like, she's my favorite.
That was fantastic, and I would be dishonest if I didn't say I love the King George interludes.
Yes, absolutely. They're so funny.
Exactly.
Have you seen the videos when it came out on Disney Plus of like they zoomed into his face and you just see like the spit?
Yeah,
it's so funny. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. That was a podcast episode, a podcast segment, and interview with Dr. Menzel, our superintendent of the Scottsdale Unified School District. Once again, I would like to thank Laila and Ryan for running audios and cameras today. And I would like, of course, thank you for watching. Please go follow all of our social media, our Instagram, our TikTok, and our YouTube channel, where you can find out where our live streams, our vlogs, and our very own podcast. This is basically where you're watching it. Just click subscribe. It's that easy. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!
Thank you, Lil.